I'm sorry, what'd you say? Okay, what's your name, ma'am? You just told me to leave a public meeting?
You're not in.
Why would you do that? What's your position? Do you work for the school district, and in what position? This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by Summers.farm.com. Summers.farm.com. Here's some more tape from my visit to a government school board meeting at Northampton, New Hampshire. The public proceedings occur inside Northampton School. You've already seen me query officials about their take on Washington's oversight of the national education process, how it affects their school. I've never seen, though, such a wild mix of really nice public serving, question dodging, and attempts at bureaucratic broadcaster bullying. In the case of Superintendent Bob Sullivan, all three attributes managed to appear in the same person. Anyhow, today we're going to focus on the most recent bullying attempt. No, this woman's not going to put me in a chokehold unless she's got a jiu-jitsu degree or something. But bureaucrats can have uniformed gunmen in your face within minutes, anytime they want. Before the official agenda begins, this government employee meets with students just outside the meeting room. No, she doesn't try to bully me. She is just coaching the students on how to present a thank you to the board. Videotaping her, though, means videotaping near students. She's surrounded by them. After the meeting starts, and I have gotten some video of it, I head to the building's lobby area to do some editing. A hostile bureaucrat catches me off guard, fair and square. She's seemingly friendly at first, but has a whale of a passive-aggressive conversation with me. She says, "Did you get everything you need?" I say, "Yes. I didn't videotape that much of the meeting because I'm not really configured for it. It's kind of hard for me to hear people in meetings. And parts of the meeting aren't news. So I like to interview folks before and after. That way my camera can hear them better." That's what I tell her. She indicates that she doesn't like what I'm doing. She says I've interviewed or recorded students without their parents' consent. And she asks me if that's true. I say, "Am I required to answer your questions?" This is probably not the best response. What I should have said is, "I'm the reporter and you're the government official. Shouldn't I be the one asking questions, and shouldn't you be the one answering them?" Maybe that's what I'll say next time. Anyway, at that point, she says, "I'd like you to leave." She says something along the lines of, "You're in my building." I say, "Your building?" By then, the alarm bells have finally sounded in my pokey brain, and I am finally fumbling the camera into my hands. She says, "I'm not going to be on camera." And that's where the video finally picks up. I'm sorry, what'd you say? Okay, what's your name, ma'am? You just told me to leave a public meeting?
You're not in.
Why would you do that? What's your position? Do you work for the school district, and in what position?
Hey.
Now it seems she's trying to say I'm not in a public meeting because I'm at the entrance to the building where the meeting is held. So, okay, technically I am not inside this quaalude quorum. I'm on its periphery. That's where broadcast media have to operate, part of the time, when they cover government meetings. But let's look at her other concern. She seems to feel reporters shouldn't interview students outside a public government meeting. Not unless they locate the parents and get their permission. Do you know any mainstream reporters who comply with that? I don't think I know any, but I do tend to comply with it myself. You see, educrats like to use kids as a sort of human PR shield. Look at all these beautiful young people and give us $11,000 to put one of them through a year of middle school. Pay up or we'll take your house. Yeah, why did you try to get me to leave the area of a public meeting, ma'am?
I don't think anybody. I saw you in there.
In a way, it's kind of refreshing to have an administrator suggest that cameras should be aimed away from the students. I think I will do just that. Stay tuned for part 5.
Superintendent, how do you feel about the fact that Barbara attempted to try to get me to leave the area of this public meeting?
You were in the public meeting. I saw you in there.
I'm talking about the area of the public meeting. She was trying to get me to leave the building. Do you have an opinion on that?
You're in the building right now. You didn't leave.
Right, but she was trying to get me to leave. How do you feel about that? I'm here in violation of her request.
You're fine right now. You can't come in here.
Oh, right, I don't want to. But I'm concerned that this is going to all be on the Ridley report, obviously, or her trying to get me to go off because he doesn't like what I'm doing here.
Well, I'm going to characterize what you did. You've been here. I'm glad you were able to participate. And you want to win a car?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you. All right, take care.
Seed saving, orchard care, companion planting, and butchery. Do you have skills in these areas or a desire to learn them? Farm near the gorgeous White Mountains is looking for a farm manager, maybe looking for you. Vermiculture, companion care, food preservation. Those are other skills that would help. Give them a shout and see if you're a match for this entrepreneurial mid-sized farm in New Hampshire. Summers.farm.com, summers.farm.com.